Hey everybody, it's us. It's the Wednesday night crew here at the Wiley Hobbit Twitch channel. Evening, good welcome, good evening, welcome, hello, words. We're gonna play some D&D, but before we get started D&Ding, I'd like to have the group introduce themselves. We'll start with the lone gentleman of the group, Ethan. Tell us a little bit about yourself. What level you are, yeah, and all that stuff.
Hey, everybody. So I'm Chris, Wiki VA on the Discord and the Twitch. I play Ethan, the 111th level human diviner, who is just a plain old normal diviner. Nothing interesting really about him. He's just looking to make his way in a world that's gone crazy.
Right? It's amazing how many levels you level up between sessions.
Oh, he's good at what he does.
You know, we didn't play last week, and yet you've leveled up a number of levels.
Well, he did a lot of thinking the last week while we were off.
I see.
And,
Okay, that seems reasonable.
Yeah.
Okay,
A lot of predicting.
great. Let's visit with Ezra Lynn.
Hey, I'm Kayla. I'm playing Ezerlin, the level 3 half-orc fighter. He's surviving. Doing good.
Doing
So
good.
far.
Still alive. For now. All right, cool. How about Bryphon?
Hi, I'm Sabrina. I play level 3 Wood Elf Ranger named Bryden, and I'm excited to play finally.
Yeah. All right. Very good. And then last, and certainly not least, and certainly not the reason we're starting late, Lulu. What's up?
What's up, Wiley? How are you? Just call me out, sir. Wait. All right. Intro. I'm Rebecca. I'll be playing Lulu, the level 3 Kobold Druid,
Nice.
and she wants to find her brother.
Kobolds.
Cool.
I think I figured out the sound issue. You need to mute your computer, Lulu.
I did already.
Okay, because I'm still hearing myself through your stuff.
Well,
Anyway,
Maybe mute your phone in between. I might do it.
we're good. Let's play D&D. All right, hopefully that helps. Welcome to everybody out in the viewing audience. Glad to have you here. Thanks for hanging out. So last time we were together, it was a couple weeks ago. The party is looking for Rhodey. Rhodey is the teenage brother of Bryphon and Lulu. And they followed a lead that they picked up from an elven traveler who was eavesdropping on them in the Stonehill Inn back in Phandalin. And she informed the party that she saw someone who matched Rhodey's description not far from the Mere of Dead Men, which is back down the high road in the direction of Waterdeep, which is where Rhodey's coming from. And so they immediately struck out for the Mere of Dead Men, and they find themselves deep in this swamp, this vast, large expanse of flooded grassland, basically. Rumored to be haunted and full of ruins and goodness knows what lovely things living in there. And they've found the ruins of an old keep, small castle. And they nearby they caught a couple of goblins in a trap. And the goblins, they freed the goblins, and the goblins led them to the keep. But goblins aren't incredibly trustworthy, and the party thought it might be the right thing to do to end the goblins so that they don't cause any further mischief. And so the goblins are ended, but the goblins brought them to the keep. The party entered the keep, and Lulu volunteered to cross the room that they're all looking into. And the room is the keep is made of stacked stone. It's crumbly. Looks like the roof has been, compromised in areas. There's a small little tower. There's a couple of large chimneys and so forth. And this room that that Lulu crossed is full of debris and broken, looks like furniture. The floor is cracked, so on and so forth, like you would expect in a ruin. The room itself is 40 by 40 square. There's a door in the east where the party is kind of lingering and watching. And as Lulu went across the room, she was headed to the door across the room to the west. And as she got over there, the door opened a crack. And all of a sudden, Lulu was like lit up, like outlined in this purplish red sort of flame. And then a crossbow bolt hit her in the shoulder from that cracked open doorway. And all the party saw was her kind of squeak and turn a little bit, and then immediately she started to kind of swoon almost. She didn't fall, but she looked like she got quite woozy. And that is where we're going to pick up our story. What would you like to do? Lulu, you're feeling bad. You've got your head is spinning. It's all you can do to not empty the contents of your stomach onto the floor. What would y'all like to do?
Do we have a set order, or are we just hightailing it?
You're all, the party, Lark, Ezra, Ethan, and Bryphon are all kind of huddled around the open doorway that Lulu just went through. And they're about 40 feet away from you as you stand there. You've been hit by this crossbow bolt. What would y'all like to do?
Well, Lulu's going to try and get shelter if possible.
Okay. You could move to one side of the door or the other. The door is only open a little bit, so if you go, the door is kind of in the center of the wall. So there's 15 feet to the north of the door and about 20 feet to the south of the door. The door's 5 feet wide. So you could easily just get along that wall so that you don't take any more crossbow fire.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
How far away is that door that opened from the rest of us?
About 40 feet. It's a 40 by 40 foot room.
Okay.
Lulu will tumble over there and just like.
Ethan's gonna take his hat of wizardry, and he's gonna use it to cast light, and he's gonna cast it on he has a little bag of sand that he carries. He's going to cast it on that bag of sand, and I have to roll a DC 10, but I'm going to use my last portent roll, which is a 10, so that I successfully cast the spell, and I'm going to cast the light spell on the bag of sand, and I want to toss the bag of sand towards the door.
Okay. Yeah, roll me a dex, like if you were going to do a dex attack, like a ranged weapon. So if you have a dexterity bonus, you can add it to your d20 roll.
Okay. Let's see. So he got a 15.
Okay. So you see this illuminated bag of sand. Boom. Lands on the floor of the room over near the door. The door opens, and I'd say you made it probably about 30 feet across. It was a pretty good throw. The door opens, boom, crossbow bolt thumps into the bag. And the door opens and stays open and then closes.
We couldn't see anything on the other side
Nope.
of the door.
I'm gonna go grab Lulu.
Okay. Lulu, are you on the left side of the door or the right side of the door? along that wall?
Left side.
Left side? Okay. Yeah, so you can run across
It's
there,
my
Kayla.
left.
Yeah, as you're looking at the door, your left. Yep. Yeah, you can run across there, Kayla.
All right, I'm gonna go pick her up and bring her basically back to where I was, and just kind of put her behind me,
Okay.
or someone else can take care of her. Basically, I'm just a shield.
Okay. As you do so, the door pops open again. Would let's see here. Got to get to the right thing. Would a 16 hit your armor class?
It would if I don't cast shield.
Okay.
But I'm casting.
But you cast. Okay, yeah. So you're good. That's fine. Excellent.
Yeah.
So yeah, the crossbow bolt tinks off the wall of force, or whatever the mechanism, magical duemer that prevents, that raises your armor class. Plus the angle was pretty bad. I'm using like a half cover situation. So the bolt ricochets off of your shield, your magical shield, and skitters across the room, and the door closes.
Might be trap.
Definitely a trap, honey. Yeah, how are you feeling?
Felt like 8 bad berries.
Yeah, I've been there. I'm gonna check her over and just be like, I can bandage a wound, but I'm just patting her head, just trying to comfort her, and I'm not good at it. It's like, somebody do this while I go kill them.
I don't have anything in the house with poison, I don't think, so I'm like just sitting there going, do my best.
Bryson's gonna scoop Lulu up and put her in her bag.
Okay. Seems like a great idea.
That door open into the room or out of the room?
It opens into the other room, so away from the room you're in.
Good. Ezra's walking up to that door, and that's getting booted open.
Okay. So you walk.
And Scott, when Bryphon walks up to Lulu, I'm going to use her as cover and walk with her.
Nice. That's awesome. So I'm gonna kind of reconcile each of these things as they go. So you don't have any trouble getting Lulu in your bag, Bryphon, and you notice as you're moving to do all of that, Ethan uses you for cover. Ezra. Oh, go ahead.
Today Bryphon's gonna kind of glance over at Ethan and be like, "Can I help you with something?"
Oh, you're helping me as we speak.
So, Ezra, I'm going to have you roll a d20, and this is going to represent a dexterity saving throw. Because as you get in front of the door and you rear back to kick it, the floor gives way in a, like a 5-foot square right in front of the door.
Okay.
And so I need you to make a dex save.
10.
10. Sadly, the DC is 14. God, doesn't that suck? So you're going to fall, and you're going to fall kind of far. You're going to fall 30 feet far.
Oh!
And you're going to take 16 bludgeoning damage, as you apply yourself firmly to the bottom of this pit.
Must be a lot of treasure behind this door.
Ping, 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 ping.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you hit every sharp spot, every bump on the way down. I rolled 3D.
You hear a lot of swearing and Orcish.
Yeah, rolled 3d6 and got you for 16, man. That was, if I'm rolling ability scores, you would have, it'd have been like 4. What would the rest of you like? You just saw Ezra disappear. Just straight down.
I'm so badass. Let's go kick a door down and kick ass and just.
So the door's still closed.
Door's closed.
Well, I guess we got to get Ezra out of the hole. How are we going to do that?
Question for the DM: how wide or big is the pit?
It's a 5-foot square. It's like right in front of the door.
Oh, okay. Ezra's 6'6". She's gonna put her shoulders and her feet against it and walk herself up.
Okay. It's a 30-foot climb. So I'm gonna have you make 2 athletic or acrobatics.
Okay.
To do this, and I'm gonna, yeah, athletics or acrobatics, whichever one's better. I'm guessing athletics probably.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. At this point, it's just pure rage filled this spot.
Son of a yeah. You can do this.
It's more that than like actively good thinking. Just natural 20, so it's 27.
Okay, I'm gonna let you go up on a natural 20. So you get yourself up out of the pit to one side or the other. The door opens, and as the door opens, you see Lark step into the doorway of the first doorway across the room, and she just kind of reaches her hand out, and you see this sickening greenish ray of energy shoot out of her hand. And I have so many things open. And it goes in the door, and you hear kind of a squeaky something that sounded kind of angry, and the door slams shut. So Ezra, you're beside the door on the right. Lulu and Bryphon, are you in the other room? Is that what you did? Stayed back, and Ethan stayed behind them. Is that the deal?
Yeah.
Okay, Lark is in the doorway. They are going to rush into the room, but they're going to rush kind of to the left, giving the assailant behind the door a very bad chance at hitting them. And another crossbow bolt fires out in Lark's direction and skitters harmlessly to the floor. So now you have Ezra on one side of the door, Lark on the other, and the 3 remaining characters cowering, taking cover in the other room.
Does the light from the bag of sand help any of us see?
That gives, that's going to illuminate the room. That's what, a 20-foot bright light, 20-foot dim light?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the center 20 is well lit, and then it's dim light out to the walls. So yeah, that's absolutely going to give you good illumination, because there is nothing in the side of this dwelling that is providing a light source right now. So I'm gonna let Bryphon and Ethan. We'll go ladies first. Bryphon, what would you like to do?
So you said that there was an assailant in the room?
Yeah, something's shooting crossbow bolts through that door when they open it. Boom, crossbow bolt. So something is definitely in that room firing at you.
Okay. Let's see here. And is that the door that was cracked open that got Lulu?
Yes, yeah, it's just a door straight across the room. It's the one where there's a pit right in front of it that Ezra had just fallen into and climbed out of.
Okay. So I think Bryphon get a little closer to the door, like she's gonna go to it, but not enough to where the pit is at, so she can kind of be closer to see what's behind the door.
Okay. Yeah, so how far into the room are you going to go? It's about 40 feet across.
Probably like halfway, about 20 feet into the room.
Yeah, so you're right near that bag of sand then. It's just in front of you. And you watch the door opens, and it's Ethan's turn. You can see a crossbow point out of the door. Ethan, you get to go ahead and have a turn before I kill before the crossbow fires at Bryphon. Just kidding.
All right. So I'm going to. So if I stand in the doorway, the other doorway, how far am I from the other door?
40 feet.
40
footies.
40 feet. And I can. So I want to get into the doorway, and I can see the crossbow. Can I see who's holding the crossbow?
You see a gauntleted hand.
Well, that's all I need to see.
And the room is dark beyond. And Bryphon, as Ethan's contemplating his turn, would you make a dexterity save for me, please?
I got a 17.
Okay. Trying to find the DC here. 10 plus. Okay. No problem. So nothing happens.
So I'm gonna walk 10 feet inside the door, beyond the door,
Yep.
so that I'm within 30 feet of the gauntleted hand.
Yes, sir.
And I'm gonna cast Witch Bolt
Nice.
at the gauntleted hand.
All right. Do your thing.
And so that is a 15.
15. That does hit.
Oh, right.
So you hear, and the door slams shut.
Well, he takes 12 electrical damage.
12, and then the DM cuts it in half because he wants the battle to go long. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, yeah, so something happens or doesn't. You don't know because the door closed. But you definitely saw your witch bolt find purchase. You're confident that you hit.
So my Witch Bolt would continue in him?
Right.
Unless it doesn't. Unless you tell me it doesn't.
So yeah, the witch bolt vanished in the room with the, when you hit it, it just blew the thing back and the door was kicked shut. Nice job.
So I've lost my connection to the witch bolt, I take it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because it actually connects, doesn't it? It's like a fiber or a strand of energy.
It does, right.
So I'm going to say that prevents the door from closing. Like the door will close against that strand of energy, but your magic was too strong. Okay, let's all roll initiative. The door is ajar. Let's everybody go ahead and roll initiative.
As my magic always is.
Yes, always. 14. All right, 25 to 20.
21 for Lulu.
21 for Lulu. Nice. 20 to 15. Oh, perfect. 15 to 10.
Yes.
Oh, nice. 10 to 5.
Ethan's got a 6.
Bryphon got 8.
Jesus.
What was yours, Bryphon?
5 for Ezra.
8.
Okay, so Bryphon.
How have I lasted to 111th level?
It boggles the mind. Okay. Lulu, you are first to go.
Okay. Is the door open or no?
Yes, it is ajar.
Okay. but we can't. We can or cannot see something inside, like a being of some sort.
The other room is dark, and there's nothing, behind the door. Whatever Ethan
Okay.
hit, you saw an arm illuminate when that energy hit it, and then it was drawn backward. The door closed against that energy, and the energy bolt remains attached to whatever's on the other side of the door.
Right. Okay. Then Lulu will stick her upper half out of the bag and hold her. I think she has a crossbow or a bow. Yeah, short bow. She'll hold her short bow at the ready, so she'll hold an attack till she sees something.
Perfect.
And that's it.
Okay. After Lulu is Alderon 2UC2 because they rolled a 16 in chat. The door pulls open, and it is absolutely black as pitch. And a crossbow bolt fires out at Bryphon. Does a... Hang on a second here, kiddo. Where is it? Does an 11 hit you, Bryphon?
No, it does not.
Okay. Make a dex save for me. 16. Okay, fine. Nothing happens to you. So once again, nothing happened. Okay. Bryphon, it is your turn.
Okay. Bryphon is going to take her longbow, and she's going to aim just right into the dark doorway.
Okay.
Um,
You have
and for that I got a.
You got a who?
I got a 12.
Okay. You have dark vision, do you not? Because you're an elf. Yeah, you're a sylvan elf, a wood elf. So you can see standing in the doorway, kind of about 5 feet back in the pitch black darkness, the frame of a cloaked, looks like maybe chainmail glinting off of some of the light from the sandbag in your room right in front of you. And you see a figure, cloak is up. It's a very slight build, maybe 5'5" or 6", holding a crossbow out. And you said you rolled a 12, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so your arrow misses. Lulu, if you have popped up from the bag, you also have dark vision, do you not? Do we lose Lulu? She looks frozen.
And muted.
She's mute frozed. Yep, her phone just dropped. All right, we'll come back to her in a moment. She's literally holding her action. Bear with us. So next in line is going to be Ethan.
So I'm gonna zap it again with my thingamajiggy, my witch bolt.
Perfect.
And this time it would take 5 electric damage.
Okay. Your connection ends as if it has killed whatever it was connected to.
Does the crossbow go down?
No, because it's not connected to the person standing in the doorway. As a person without dark vision, Ethan, you can barely see a form, but it would be really hard for you to hit it. Like you could tell that
Okay.
Bryphon was firing at something in the doorway, but the thing that you hit is a different thing.
Okay.
If that makes any sense at all.
But that thing is no more, apparently.
Apparently, because your connection to it has ended.
Okay. That's all I got. Oh, before I do that, is there anything else in this room that you can duck behind or get some cover behind?
In your room, yeah, there's a couple of
Yeah.
overturned tables and crates and some, a couple piles of rock and debris. You could get at least half cover if you got behind a table.
I'm gonna do that,
Okay, I thought you might.
and that's all I got.
Gotcha. Okay, Ezra, you're up.
Grab my one-handed longsword. Gonna grab the edge of the door, kind of swing myself in and start stabbing. And if there's nothing there, I'm actually gonna go into the room.
So you have dark vision as well, correct?
Yes.
Okay, let me describe for you what you see. There is a creature prone on the floor. As you're looking at the door, kind of in the door and to the right. Looks like it's been kind of crisped. There's a creature standing 10 feet from the door. And by a creature, I mean exactly what I described to Bryphon. Kind of a slight built, cloaked, very dark, like pitch black cloak. It looks like maybe the glint of a chain shirt. They're holding a crossbow. And then it looks like on the left of the room, and this room is the same exact size as the other room, 40 by 40. Looking to the left, there are 3 makeshift sort of beds, like cots. There's a fire pit. Part of the roof of this place looks like it maybe has been hacked open to allow for smoke to leave and so forth. So it looks like you're in a little camp or something. You see the bedrolls look like they're made of this shiny, thin fibers all woven together, almost like silk. It's weird. And in the room, you see 5 of these individuals. The one that's right in front of you, 1 behind it, and 3 on that left side of the room near the bedding and the crates and things near the fire ring. And you may make a longsword attack on the one that's right in front of you.
Okay. I will do that. Eight.
Yeah, so you swing your blade and you hear it and feel it hit the chainmail, and the mail does its work and turns the blade easily.
Okay. No, I might as well just stay there.
Okay. Yeah, so you all see Ezra pop into the room and swing at something, and you hear metal clanking on metal, and that's pretty much all you can do. I'm going to go ahead and pull Lulu up and pilot her. She was holding an arrow shot, I believe. So let me jump into D&D Beyond and pull her character up so we can keep this moving, and I don't want her to miss her turn. So if y'all can bear with me. She said her internet exploded. So that doesn't sound... I've never heard of internet exploding, but that doesn't sound good.
No, it sounds bad.
But she said she's trying to fix it, so we'll just kind of move along here. All right, so she's going to make a short bow shot as Ezra gets in that doorway. Oh, nat 20 for the short bow. Okay, so that is 9 damage plus another die roll. 9 and 3 is 12. So Ezra, as you're coming to step into the doorway, an arrow fires past your shoulder and thumps into the chest of this creature, and its eyes just get really big, and it kind of staggers back, and this blood starts to trickle out. Lulu, welcome back. I just took your turn for you. I piloted Lulu and rolled a nat 20 on your short bow shot that you were holding, and you inflicted 12 damage on this creature as Ezra stepped in to take a sword swing at it. It is now your turn. What you have is Ezra. How tall are you again, Ezra?
Ezra is 6'6" approximately.
Gotcha. So basically, what you see is Ezra standing in the doorway. She entered the room maybe about 5 feet in or so to engage the creature in melee. And that's what you see is Ezra's back. You may take your turn.
Or are you talking to me?
Yes, you.
Oh, sorry, I missed what you just said. I'm sorry.
Okay, so Ezra's in the doorway about 5 feet into the room. It is your turn. What would you like to do? You're in the
Okay.
bag right now, I believe.
Yeah. If Lulu was able to hit once, she's going to try and hit again.
This thing has serious cover. I know serious isn't one of the categories. I'm going to say it's got half cover, so you can fire at it. I will say that I'm going to roll a 50-50 chance. If you nat 1 this, I'm going to give it a 50% chance that you hit Ezra. But you'll take it'll get a +2 to its armor class for half cover. So go ahead and fire if you'd like.
So is Ezra 40 feet ahead then in the doorway?
No, you're with Bryphon in the sack, and you're about 20 feet away. Remember, Bryphon walked into the room. Yeah.
I may have missed that part. Okay. Okay. Then Lulu will charge from the bag and skitter up onto Ezra's shoulder. If I need to roll for that, I can.
Yeah, roll me acrobatics.
As part of her movement.
I'm going to give you an easy jump over the 5-foot pit that Ezra sprung, and you can just jump onto her back and scramble up. Just roll me an acrobatics, and you have no danger of falling into the pit. Don't worry about that. Not going to do that to you.
Got a 16.
Yeah, great. So you scramble up Ezra's back, and you are now in melee with the dark-looking creature. And the closer you get, it looks like it's elf-shaped. And if you would, please, roll me a dex save. I think that would be really cool if you would do that. Thank you.
9.
Okay. You illuminate again. You're outlined in kind of this flamey flame. As you climb up Ezra's back. Go ahead and make your melee attack.
Okay. If it's melee, then Lulu's going to pull out her spear on the way up and try and stab.
Nice. Make your attack action, please. Roll your
dirty
die.
20.
Nice, good. That's definitely a hit. So your spear just kind of goes in through the chain shirt. Some of the links pop. Roll me some damage.
1
Okay.
damage.
It's enough. The arrow shot from before, the crit, had it down to 1 hit point, so it just falls back off the tip of your spear. And there's one more behind it. There's one behind it and 3 to your left in the room. The room is 40 by 40. There are 3 cots and some bedrolls in here. And it's weird. The material that these bedrolls are made of is like silky, fine, silvery, sparkly silk. Very tightly woven. There's a fire ring. There's kind of a hole in the ceiling, the roof, to let the smoke out. That looks like an encampment. And there's a door in this room also on the north wall. You're currently facing west. You entered through the east wall. So there's a door on the right towards the back corner of the room. And you have 3 more of these individuals to your left and 1 behind the deceased one.
May I say, if once Lulu basically pokes it with her spear, can she yell, "Give Rowdy back"? Oh, menacingly if she can.
Okay. They just cut. What are you speaking common?
languages. Yeah, I can't find languages right now, so yeah.
Okay, so for sure I know you got Draconian
Oh,
and Common.
Common, Draconic, Druidic, Elvish, and Sylvan.
Okay, pick a language. Look at you, multilingual.
You said they look kind of. We know that they're potentially drow, right? Is that what we determined last time?
Yeah, I think the goblins kind of alluded to that. Is that what everybody else remembers? Yeah. Yep.
Okay, then she will try Elvish.
Okay. They kind of turn and look at you, puzzled, and look at each other, puzzled, in the middle of this little exchange. And it is their turn. The one straight in front of Ezra will fire. Hey, thanks for coming by, Alderon. Have a great night. And that one goes over the two of you. And then 3 are coming from your side. I know that misses. Does 14 hit you, Ezra? Does 15 hit you?
Nope. Nope.
Does dirty 20 hit you?
Yes.
Okay. So 1 crossbow bolt slices across your shoulder for 3 piercing. And then roll me a DC 13 con save.
18.
Okay. So you are not poisoned.
Okay.
And you got shot at 4 times and took a point of damage and no poison. That's living right there, Ezra. Nicely done. Okay. That is their turn. Bryphon, you are up. You just saw Lulu run off of you, jump the pit, climb the half orc, stab the thing, the drow, the elf, whatever it is. You see a hail of crossbow bolts come out of the room. What would you like to do?
You said the 3 cots and everything that was on the left side?
Yeah, from where you are, you can't really see that. You see the doorway, and you see Ezra about 5 feet in the doorway with Lulu on her back is pretty much what you're able to make out. And you just saw Lulu take down the being that was right in front of them.
Okay, and then so all the crossbolts, what did they come from the left or the right or from
It's
the
hard.
doorway?
It's hard telling. Yeah, they came from inside the room, and it looked like most of them probably came from the left of Ezra, and 1 came from straight on.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So if Bryphon were to move a little bit closer, would she be able to make out with her dark vision where the other ones are at?
You'd have to get to the doorway. But if you stood in the doorway, you could see the entire room, no problem.
Okay, so Bryphon's gonna go to the doorway. And she is going to let's see. I guess since she's now at the doorway, she's just going to take her longbow and just kind of, I guess, aim at the closest one.
Okay. Yeah, there's one. The closest one to Bryphon right now is on the left, about 10, 12 feet from you, right behind one of the beds, standing there holding a crossbow. Like
Okay.
a hand crossbow, that is. Go ahead and make your attack.
It is a 9.
Okay. Yeah, so your arrow hits the wall, the stone wall behind it.
Okay.
You've moved
that's
25
it.
feet, so you do have 5 more feet of movement, because you're standing like right in the doorway.
Okay. Then yeah, she'll just go ahead and she'll do the other 5 feet of movement to get more into the door.
Okay. Very good. So you're basically beside Ezralyn on her left. Does that seem reasonable?
Okay.
All right. Excellent. Ethan, you're up.
So from where I'm at, can I see any of these beasties?
That
Oh,
room is
okay,
incredibly dark for your poor human eyes.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, it's just a dark room.
And with Ezralyn and Bryphon inside the room, are they blocking? Could I get into the room if I wanted to?
100% yes. They're a full 5 feet into the room, so you could nimbly jump the pit. I'm not going to make you roll for that, and you would land right behind them, and you could take the remainder of your movement.
And the room itself is dark.
It is. It is quite dark.
But my bag of sand is still nearby.
Yeah, your bag of sand is casting a dim light into the doorway, but it's not illuminating the room. I would say that once you got behind Bryphon and Ezralyn, let's see, that's 20 feet of bright and then 20 feet of dim. The sandbag is 10 feet from the door. Okay, you could see about 20 feet radius into the room, and I'll describe that for you when you get there.
Well, what I want to do is as I approach it, I want to pick up my bag of sand.
Okay.
And as I get closer to the door, I want to toss it into the room.
Okay. That can be done. That would be your action. The toss would be?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So you can, you're just going to kind of toss it to one side or the other of where Bryphon and Ezralyn are standing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to toss it to the left of them or to the right of them as you enter the doorway?
I'll toss it to the right of them, I guess.
Okay. Very good. All right. So you're basically right behind them. How convenient for you.
But yes, it's almost like I planned that.
Almost like a shield. Yeah. Great. Anything else?
Well, I want to. What do I see?
Okay. Yeah. So you see two corpses, one directly in front of Ezralyn, one on the right. The one on the right looks like it's sizzlified. So, hey, Andrew, thanks for hanging out, bud. See you later. Have a good game. And then you see one standing about 15 feet from, or about 10 feet from Ezralyn at her 1 o'clock. You see two of these creatures, one behind, and again, you see the two of the beds that I described, and the faint outline of a third bed back toward the southwest corner. Your sandbag is in the northeast corner of the room. You see two more of these creatures standing near the fire ring and the beds with hand crossbows.
Do they have any adverse reaction to the light?
They do kind of one of these. They like eyeballs, and the lights come on after you've been in a very dark room.
Yeah.
In fact, everybody's kind of like, "Oh, dude, really, man, buzzkill."
Okay. All right.
Couldn't you use the lava lamp next time? Yeah. Great. So the room is pretty well illuminated now, everybody. Again, there's spider webs and debris, and the floor is cracked, but this definitely has all the trappings of what looks to be an encampment indoors. There's a couple of larger crates that one of them has like a little book open on it, like a journal or something, and you have these individuals that are in here. Okay, Ezra, you're up. You have one at your 1 o'clock, about 10 feet away, and you have three on your left. One is 10 feet due left, one is about 15 feet at 10 o'clock, and one is about 30 feet at 10 o'clock.
Okay, I'm going to go for that one by himself.
Okay.
I'm going to quickly stow my longsword, pull my greatsword,
Ooh.
and just try and slice the guy in half.
Hassan chop.
Individual in half.
All right, roll your attack.
16 to hit.
That'll do it.
And that is 13 points of damage.
Wow, nice. So give me a graphic description of what happens when you end this creature.
I slice into their side. I don't go all the way through, but they get a very nice chunk of them taken out of their side, and I hit something important, so they just bleed out.
Yeah, it collapses with a clatter. The crossbow falls. You hear the thud of chain-wrapped flesh drop onto the floor. The sword that it was wearing on its hip clatters to the floor as it falls, and you just hear the last of the air rush out of its lungs as you pierce its lungs and its side. And it is now deceased. Lulu, you are no longer illuminated by this purplish reddish light, these flames again, so you're unilluminated once again.
Is Lulu still on my back?
She is, unless, well, yeah, because she really was out of actions and movement, so
Okay.
yeah, she's on your back.
All right, so I'm going to make sure that I'm facing the other people, that she's not,
Yep.
I'm blocking.
Yeah, and you have,
Sorry, cat was doing things.
Stream Kitty, you have movement left. You only moved about 10 feet, Ezra. You're now across from an assailant about 15 feet away. There's two directly in front of you now as you face them in the south end of the room by the fire circle. And then there's one into the southwest corner behind the other bed.
I'm going to stay where I am for now.
Okay. Very good.
I want to see what everybody else is going to do.
Excellent. Lulu, it's your turn.
Okay.
Actually, while you're thinking about what you want to do, I'm going to take Lark's turn. I forgot about Lark's turn. I apologize. Let me find her. Them. Yeah, so she's basically running across the room this turn, and she's just on the far side of the pit from you all. So she'll be in the room next turn. Go ahead.
So we're basically surrounded by drow, right?
There's 3 in front of you.
3, okay.
The 3 that are dead are kind of behind you.
Okay.
I mean, maybe we're surrounding them now.
Okay. Was Lulu able to get a sense of when she spoke Elvish before that they might have understood, or just no recollection?
Oh, they turned their heads and looked right at you. But they were kind of like, they didn't understand what your question was. They definitely heard what you said and reacted to it, but it was like, hey, can you tell me the square root of 72,412? And they're like, huh?
Oh, so they understood the
They comprehended
language.
that you said something to them, but they couldn't answer your question.
Okay.
They don't know Rhodey's name.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what happened.
All right. Lulu will try. It's easier in 3.5, so I could add all of my points to intimidation, but I can't do it in 5e. So, Lulu's going to try and be as fierce as her little kobold heart can.
Yeah.
And pointing her spear at the middle one from Ezra's shoulder, and she's going to, based on her comprehending of her last question, give back the big human red hair.
Roll intimidation.
My -1 intimidation. 8.
Yeah, it looks at you and it just laughs. Kind of snorts at you derisively.
Lulu's too cute for this world.
It mutters an expletive in Elven.
Does Lulu speak Elvish? What did you say?
Fuck
which word?
you.
Nice. Nice. It's like,
And then it mutters something in some other strange language, almost like Russian sounding, just strange, that you probably don't, well, I know you don't speak. And the other two laugh.
damn it.
You
kind of deflates. It's like,
you still have an action and movement, actually.
yeah, at that, she's going to she's going to try poison spray at the one right in front of him.
Great. Is that a save?
Are they within 10 feet?
Hang on, let me check. Yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
just con save of 12.
You're exactly 10 feet. Con save of DC 12.
Yeah.
I rolled a 6. I'm guessing I don't have a +6 on my con. Well, who knew? Yeah, no, I don't. So your poison spray has the desired effect.
Yeah, so at the fuck you comment, Lulu will like immediately spray out acid from her mouth or poison with damage of 8 damage.
Nice.
As a fuck you back.
Yeah, it screams at you and tries to wipe it out of its eyes and its mouth, and it's bad. Is it poisoned?
It's poison damage.
Okay, that's different from the poisoned condition.
I don't see anything about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see about poison condition, but it's poison damage.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to do?
Lulu will talk back in Elvish. Little ferocious. And that's it.
Okay. It is their turn. The one that you just spit on will say something again in this language that you don't understand. And it's going to point at the sandbag. And the sandbag is engulfed in darkness. And so the room is plunged into pitch blackness. Those of you with dark vision are fine. Those of you with not are not. One of them will fire a crossbow at Lulu. Lulu is going to have half cover for being on Ezra's back. Ooh, 22 hit.
Yeah.
Yay. I mean, okay. How about 4 damage piercing?
Okay.
Oop.
My internet went down again, so I can't do that right now, but I will try to remember to
Okay. And make
that.
a con save, DC 13.
I can't right now. My thing is down again. I'm
Oh, you don't have
on
any
my phone right
dice.
now. I
Okay.
can't.
Okay. All right.
It exploded again. I can't.
Yeah. Got to get you some real dice, girl. Okay. We'll
Well,
deal
I
with that
have
in a
some
moment.
in the room.
All right. The other one's going to fire at Ezra. Did we decide if a 16 hits Ezra Lynn? I think we did.
It
Didn't
will
we?
hit.
Okay.
It's it meets.
5 damage and make me a con save, please.
$17.
Okay, you're good. Okay. That is their turn. Ethan, you're up. The room is dark.
Now, they were in front of us when I last saw them.
Yeah.
And when I last saw the room, how big was it?
40 by 40. There's a door behind you all in the north wall, closed. And you have 3 of these creatures, these drow, in front of you. is where you last saw them. Ezra, Bryphon, and Lulu see the drow spread out. So there's one in each corner and one in the center of the wall, all along the south wall.
Okay.
You're just looking into pitch blackness, Ethan.
Right. Uh, I am going to. I'm going to light a torch.
Okay. So you feel some warmth behind you, Ezra, Bryphon, and Lulu, as Ethan fires up a torch. That would be your action. Do you wish to take a move?
Now that I see, do I have pretty good cover from these?
You still have cover where you are behind Bryphon and Ezra. I could make a case for full cover since you're sort of a slight build and Ezra's sort of the opposite of slight. The three drow are now one in one corner in front of some barrels, one in the center of the wall behind the table, one in the other corner kind of behind the bed. The one behind the bed is sort of crouching down to take half cover.
Then I'm going to stay right where I am.
Okay.
And I think we skipped Bryphon.
Oh, did we? I apologize, Bryphon.
I think we did.
Bryphon, go ahead and take your turn. Thanks for catching that.
Okay, so that one that was near me on my left side last turn, am I still pretty far away of it even though I'm in now?
You all are about 20 feet from the closest drow, the one in the corner, in the southeast corner of the room,
Oh.
right down the wall you're standing near. And that one is crouched behind the bed with half cover, so it would have a +2 to its armor class.
Okay.
Then there's one
Um,
about 10 feet from it in the center of the wall, and then one about 10 more feet down to the other corner.
is the one in the center the one that Lulu hit already?
It is. Yeah, it's still kind of spitting and sputtering and trying to wipe the poison
Okay.
out of its eyes. Yeah.
So, Bryphon is going to aim for the one in the center. She is going to aim her arrow at its chest.
Okay.
And I get a 18.
Nice. That's a good hit. Hit me with some damage.
6 damage.
All right. Can you describe how this drow expires at the end of your arrow?
So, before Bryphon completely shoots at him, she'll sit there and she'll stare at the drow, and in Elvish, so she'll say, "You're gonna regret talking to my sister like that." And then she shoots her arrow, and it goes right through his chest.
Yeah, and as he tries to respond to you, like he did to Lulu, you end it. He can't even get the word out, and you end his
Exactly.
miserable life.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Nice shot. Good job. Any movement you'd like to take?
Yeah, she is going to get closer to that one that is crouched down behind the bed. Probably she's gonna go about 10 feet closer to that one
Okay.
so she can get a better view of them.
Yep. That would put you about 10 feet away from it. So you would be able to reduce its half cover to, like, instead of +2 to its armor class, it would get +1 based on the angle you have. You see more of him. So next round, that may be helpful.
Okay.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
All right. Ethan, you just had your turn. So Ezra, it's your turn.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I was talking to my roommate about the work stuff. So is there anybody else left alive?
There's one in each corner of the room. The one that Bryphon is advancing on is kind of crouched behind one of those cots. The other one is standing in front of two barrels.
Okay. I'm going for the one with the two barrels, and if he's in range, and I am going to just right from overhead. Just
Yeah,
hit
you
him
can
with
head
her,
right over there.
greatsword.
Yeah, you can run right up on him. You have to go around a bed, but they're little cots for elves, so not a problem.
I probably will just go over it.
Nice. Just steamroll. Nice. Pissed off half.
She's got the legs for it, so.
Yeah. All right, Ezra.
So it's 23 to hit.
Barely. Yeah, that'll do it.
And that is 15 points of damage.
Man, nice. Describe for me how
Down
you
right here.
bring this drow to an end, right on top of the shoulder. Yeah, so your blade actually slices partially into the chain shirt that he's wearing, slices the cloak open. Blood spurts out as you hit the carotid artery, and you hear the snapping of collarbones as you just drain this guy of his blood, and he just falls, drops his crossbow, and clatters to the floor and drops. The other drow remains in the corner, looking considerably more nervous than he was a moment ago. Is that it for your turn?
Okay. I'm going to use whatever remains of my movement to get towards the other one.
Okay. You can move about 5 more feet. There's still a table and a bed between you and about 20 feet. In the room comes Lark. She bounds over the pit, comes in the room, looks, turns left, seeing the only combatant, finishes her movement to get into melee range, and raises her mace in a very threatening manner, as if to strike the dark elf where it stands. 16 hits. She inflicts D6 of damage, which is 5, and it just kind of grunts and curses as the changeling finds purchase. Lulu is up. I'm going to presume, would it be safe to assume she would probably shoot the remaining drow with her short bow? Would that be a pretty safe assumption, y'all?
I'm here.
Oh, she's back. It's your turn. Boy, you timed that right.
Okay.
There's one left in the corner. Lark just mashed it with the mace. You are with Ezra now, who is along the same wall about 20 feet away.
Okay. So, wait, which one's alive still?
The one, there's just one alive in the corner. There's no more alive, just this last one here.
Oh.
You're about 20
okay.
feet from it.
All right. Then Lulu will jump down and scurry over to them and point her spear at it, just and growl menacingly. And in Elvish, I just had it in my head. Last time Lulu played nice.
It looks at you like, really? It spits on you.
She's gonna stab.
Okay. As you approach, it's going to draw a short sword and try to, kind of try to have you miss it. We'll see what happens. And you're in the poisoned condition, so your attack roll must be made at disadvantage. I forgot to use that earlier. I apologize. I don't think your attack rolls would have hit. So.
Oh, not with the nat 1, it won't.
Yeah. Nat 1, you say?
Yeah.
Why don't you roll me percentile?
damn it. How do I do that?
D100
Oh,
in the D&D Beyond.
%20.
20. Okay, so I'm just doing a 50-50. Is something cool going to happen? And the lower you roll, the cooler the thing is that happens. So you go to stab this guy, and you kind of hit a snag in the floor. You know, there's cracks and stuff, and your spear tip goes down into another snag in the floor at his feet, and the tip of your spear snaps off. And now you have a quarterstaff.
God damn it!
Yeah. So you have a quarterstaff. I would say that you could still use it as a spear because it snapped off and it left a little bit of a sharp end, like a sharp stick. So instead of, what is it, D6 damage, it would be like D3 damage. Or you could use it as a quarterstaff and use quarterstaff damage.
First of all, Lulu will screech.
It looks at you and laughs. Like it was in this defensive position, you came running up and doink, like a pole vault almost, and then it snapped the end of your spear off, and you're both looking at the end of the spear, and he just starts laughing at you.
I guess Lulu only has a bonus action left, right?
Correct.
For her bonus action, can't you just throw her quarterstaff at him?
I mean, you can drop it. Basically, you can't really make an attack throw at him because your action
Dang
is actioned up.
Yeah. Yeah. She'll just. Can't you pick up her spearhead with her bonus action and just hold it like?
Yeah, you could bend down and pick it up, all looking at it like
She'll
all
do
sad.
that.
Yeah. Okay. Like, damn it.
Yeah.
All right, it's going to take a swing at you with its short sword. And I'm guessing a dirty 20 will probably do the trick, right?
Yeah.
How about, 8 damage of piercing. Boink, pokey poke.
Ow.
How you feeling there, buddy?
Ow. No.
All right. That is his turn. So I'm going to go back to the next person in order, and that's Bryphon. You're about 20 feet away. There is a Lulu. Oh, no, you're coming down the other wall. There is a Lark kind of between you and the Drow, but you can easily get there for melee, or you could shoot it with half cover.
Okay, so Bryphon is going to take her dagger out and do melee to avoid Lark. And she is going to just hold her dagger up and charge at this drow.
Nice. All right, have at thee.
And I got an 18.
That'll do it. Yeah, so you drive the pommel of this dagger into this thing's chest.
Okay. And then it did 4 damage.
Nice. Yeah, so the dagger goes in right at its armpit and slides through some of the chain links on the chain shirt, and you see blood start to issue forth down the front of the chain shirt, kind of red down that chainmail as it when you hit it. Anything else you'd like to do?
After she hits him, she is going to back off like 5 feet from him.
Okay.
Do I have?
What's that?
Yeah. Did I have enough movement to do that?
Yep.
I
Yeah,
think
because
I did.
you move 30 and you only came about 15 feet forward.
Okay, then that's it.
Okay. Ethan, you see this guy's looking pretty
So
ragged, and he's surrounded by Lark, Lulu,
Can I
and
get a-
Bryphon.
can I do I have a shot at him, or can I put myself in a position to get a ranged attack?
You can
on
see him, but he's going to have half cover. And I would say that if you have a crit fail, you're going to hit one of your compadres. I'll give it if you're rolling that one, I'll give it a 50% chance, and then from there, it's going to be a 1 in 3 as to who gets hit.
Okay, so I'm gonna Ray of Frost this guy.
Okay, and that's an attack roll, right?
It is,
All right, cool.
and I got an 8.
Okay, your ray of frost kind of fizzles before it gets there. Just doesn't quite seem to have the oomph. Maybe because you're holding a torch. Who knows?
Maybe. Okay, so I think that's all I got. That's all I got.
Okay, Esterlin, you've got Lulu, Bryphon, and Lark all standing around this guy, pummeling and hacking and cursing and snapping off spear tips and all kind of things. Oh, I think she's got a work thing going on. You're fine. That's okay. You're muted. You're good.
Well,
You're good. It's your turn. You've got a few people in melee there. So Bryphon, Lulu, and Lark are there in melee. And this guy's looking pretty rough.
I'm gonna come up with my sword and honestly just try to go up through here.
Okay. Yeah. Roll me an attack roll.
Just. It is a 16 to hit.
That'll do it. It's got a 15 AC.
Oh, I rolled double sixes. That's 17 points of damage.
Yeah. So right up through the chin. And actually, the sword is such a strong shot. It comes up through his head, and you actually lift him off his feet, and then shake him down and shake him off your blade. And the room falls silent. There are 6 corpses of. It's easy to see now. These are very dark complected elves. They each have a hand crossbow and a short sword, and they are incredibly dead.
I immediately start searching the room.
Cool.
I've dealt with Drow before.
We're going to take a break, like a 5-minute quick break. Let Lulu make an equipment change. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't go too far. Go get a beverage, and we'll be back in 5 minutes. Thanks for hanging out with us. right, everybody, we're back. We had a nice little break and took care of some technical concerns, and we're now standing, or not? We're not. They are. They're standing in a room, 40 by 40. It looks like these drow were camped in here. There's in the south side of the room. There's 3 beds and a fire pit, a table with some like a small book or some papers on top, a couple of barrels. There are 6 corpses with short swords and hand crossbows. There's a door in the north wall that's closed and an open doorway in the east wall that they entered the room through. What would the party like to do?
I am again searching them. I'm searching the room. I was having a look at everything. I'm looking for traps, basically.
Okay, roll investigation.
Jesus, 22.
Wow. So amongst some of the rubble on the floor, you find the bones and rusted chainmail of what must have been a warrior. Long, long ago. The bones are, dark with moss and grossness on them. But protruding from the armor are some arrows, and they look as nice as they probably did the day they were made, which seems odd given how old and dated and rusty the armor, the sword in the bony hand of the warrior, the bones. There's 4 arrows sticking out that look brand spanking new.
I'm going to step back about 5 feet and toss a little rock at the arrows, see what happens.
Okay. Yeah, so you toss a rock, and this, by the way, this corpse is kind of covered in some, spider webs and stuff in the northwest corner of the room, about 10 feet from the door. The rock hits the armor. A couple of the bones snap. They're so brittle. Some of the armor, the metal chains, just like, they're almost powdery. It's so old and oxidized. And the arrows, everything kind of shifts, and the arrows just kind of fall over.
Okay. I'm just going to mention it. Those arrows don't fit. They look weird. Nobody touched them. And I'm gonna go look at their I'm gonna go look at the bedding because
Okay.
those look like interesting sleeping
Yeah,
bags.
they're wood framed cots. They look to be very well maintained. There's metal, joinery and things on them. Looks like it's well oiled. They look like they kind of fold up, and the material is really interesting. It looks like silk, almost like spider silk. And it's woven together for a nice mat on the beds. And some of the bedrolls, there's 3 bedrolls on the floor, blankets and such that are all made of this same kind of silvery, sparkly, webby, spider silky looking material. There is the table with the kind of the book, like journal laying open on it. And there's a pair of slippers under the table. They're black. They're like soft leather, and there's a vial. Your investigation of a 22 gave you full view of everything. You've found everything in this room. There's a vial of this dark, viscous, thick liquid in a vial on top of one of the barrels.
I'm gonna go look at the book.
Okay. It's open to a page, and there's some writing. Looks like maybe some notes or something written there. What languages do you speak or read?
I just speak common and
Okay.
orc.
Yeah, so this doesn't look familiar to you.
I want to take a look at it.
Okay. Ethan, what languages do you speak and or read?
Let's see. Where is my character sheet? I speak Elvish.
Oh, well, you recognize this right away as some Elvish script. It's different than perhaps what you're accustomed to, but it's unmistakably Elvish. If
We'll
if
read it.
writing could have an accent, right? Some of the words they seem a little odd to you, or they're different forms of words that are familiar to you.
Okay.
And the writing says, "The Chimera collapsed the egress tunnel before dragging Gulaira away. We must find a way to bring this information to the matron mother, so she may know the strategic importance of this keep." I can type that into Discord if you'd like,
Yeah, that'd be good.
because I'm a full service dungeon master.
And it literally had an accent.
Yeah, did you get that little Elvish? It was different looking.
Yeah, it was weird.
Great.
Is there anything else? It's a journal or a book, you said.
Yeah,
It happened to be
looks
open
like
to that page.
looks like some pages are missing. It's stained, and that's really the only thing you find in there.
Okay.
Looks like maybe some notes had just been started.
I'm gonna take the book.
Hey, thanks for the follow, Hydraxos. Welcome aboard. Appreciate that. What else would you all like to do in here?
So I'm gonna take the book, and I'm also gonna recover my bag of sand since that was so useful.
That was cleverly used. Okay.
Lulu's going to take her broken spear and return to Bryphon's bag, all pouty, and just slip inside with her spear and just pout for a while. Mourn the loss of her spear.
Spear meant a lot to her. At least you got the parts.
I also want to look at the arrows that Ezralyn saw. Does it look like those arrows were embedded at one time into this corpse?
Yes.
Like this may have been the instrument of its death. Of
Yes.
This person's death.
Yeah, that would be your assumption.
I'm gonna say to Ezralyn, these arrows may be enchanted.
They look
Very nice and new and
incredibly new, which just strikes you as odd.
They may be useful to us.
There's also that vial.
could be, but
on, there's also a vial on top of the barrel. Don't forget about that.
Bryphon is gonna go examine the vial.
Okay. Yeah, it's a clear glass vial, like a potion vial, right? And it's full of this. If you pick it up and swirl it a little bit, it has like a cork topper wedged very tightly into the upper opening, the mouth of the vial, and it has a very thick. You could just tell it's a very thick, syrupy liquid, very viscous, and it's just black as black gets. That's good.
Is it just like a vial with no writing or anything on it?
Correct.
Like no label or nothing?
Nothing.
Okay.
You are correct.
She's gonna hold the vial up to the party, and she's gonna be like, "Do you think this stuff is the poison that was on the arrows that hit Lulu?"
it's entirely possible. That's a great idea, actually.
Bryphon,
Let's take it with us.
would you roll me an insight? Roll me an insight check, and I'm going to let you use one of your 8+2s without having to burn one. So give yourself +2 on that.
Oh, okay. 14.
Okay, great. Yeah, you look at that, and as you pick up the vial, you see there are little drips of this dark liquid around on the barrel top, and you notice beside the barrel is a vial on the floor that is on its side, and it has some of that fluid leaking out of it, like it's maybe half empty. And you're pretty confident that that's probably what they were dipping the crossbow bolts. It's probably poison. That would be your guess.
Okay.
Good job on that.
I suggest we take it with us. Let's take that with us and these arrows, and let's continue our search for young Rhodey. He doesn't have much time.
That's a good idea, Ethan. And then she takes it in her sack.
Okay, so you've got the poison. Does anybody take the arrows?
I'll take them.
Okay.
Oh, is anybody doing any healing?
Yeah, Lark.
Oh, yeah.
Lark mentions that she does have a healing potion if anybody's in bad shape.
All right, I'll take mine then. Because I'm at 5, so.
Yeah, she'll give you her healing
Lulu's
potion.
going to
So 2d4 plus 2 on that, Ezralyn. In fact, she's got 3 of them, so if you need...
Lulu will do a...
So that was a vial of poison and 4 arrows.
Yep.
And I took the journal.
Okay.
Did we actually look at what was in the on the drow themselves? Their armor, their positions, that stuff?
The drow themselves each had the short sword and the hand crossbows. They're gauntleted. And, you can see remnants of some of the poison on the crossbows, where it maybe dripped off of a bolt or rubbed on the weapon. Beyond that, none of them have anything. They're all male, and none of them have anything on them as far as possessions. Oh, looks like we lost Sabrina. Man alive. This has been a technological hot mess. And that's putting it.
Lulu will do... Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Lulu will do Cure Wounds at level 2 on herself.
Okay.
And she only has 1 spell slot left for level 1, so just let you know.
Lark stops you and says, "Hey, I've got 3 healing potions. If you want to save spell slots or save your abilities, however you want to word that."
I already passed it, so...
Okay. Ezra, you've got one of the healing potions from Lark. How much healing do you need?
I took 9.
Okay. 2d4 plus 2 for the first one. See how that one does? How much did that one help you?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I already rolled it. I got 9 points.
I thought you were saying you
took.
took 9. Okay. I was confused. So she just asked, do you need any more healing?
I'm good for now, but...
All right, she'll stow the potions. Is there anything else you wish to do in the room?
We need to continue the search.
Lulu will look to Lark. If Lark giving potion, Lulu will take one for extra security.
Of course, little one. She reaches in and pulls one out. So yeah, put that on your equipment.
Yeah. Lulu will stow that away for safekeeping.
Oh yeah. Okay. So again, there's a door in the north wall that is closed. And aside from Ethan's torch, it's dark.
In D&D Beyond, for equipment, it only gives me greater, superior, supreme, and staff of healing. Oh wait, never mind. I found it. Never mind. I'm good. I found it.
Okay.
It's grayed out. It's weird. Never mind.
All right. What would you all like to do?
Well, there's one door. We can go back the way we came, or there's another door. That's our choice.
Yes, there's a door to the north, and there's the door you came in from the east.
All right. Well, let's take a look at that door.
Okay. It's closed, but not locked.
I think someone not as squishy as me should open it.
I shall do so.
Okay, so Ezra opens the door. And it opens easily. It's not locked. And it opens into a 10-foot wide hallway that it goes about 10 feet to your left and ends at a crumbling wall. And then it actually goes down the hall to the right. And it goes quite a ways before it kind of disappears into inky blackness.
Like it's going down?
In fact, not only does it go down to the right, but it's literally a hallway that is also a staircase. Sorry, I was camera fiddling and I didn't have my map where I could see it. 10, 20, 30, 40 feet of steep stairs going down. And it looks like, for those of you with dark vision, that 40 feet is right at the edge of your dim light from your torch, Ethan. But those of you with dark vision have 60 feet, and it empties into a room. And it looks like the room is like 20 feet deep, same direction as the stairway. And the room goes to the left, which is north, and you can't see that way, so you don't know how far. Oh boy. Welcome back.
So,
I just want to shoot myself in the face. That's what I'm going to do.
No.
So what would y'all like to do?
I'm gonna make sure it's all right with everybody, but I'm also going to slowly and try to be somewhat stealthy, despite my size.
Sure.
Go farther down the hall.
You can roll some stealth if you'd like. That's fine. Whatever you'd like to do there.
Ooh, holy crap! Even at disadvantage, I rolled an 18.
Nice. Yeah. So Ezra steps on down the hall very quietly down the stairs. None of her armor makes any noise. And down she goes. Who's going to follow?
Oh, I'm going to follow her.
Okay, so behind you comes Ethan with his torch.
then Bryson will follow behind Ethan.
And Lulu is in the sack. Am I right? Whoops.
Yep.
Okay.
Nursing her spear.
All right, so you all come down. Sorry if I'm going a little slow. I'm just fiddling with all these cameras. You all come down the stairs very quietly. Why doesn't everybody roll a stealth for me?
Why not?
Even Lulu? Okay.
Lulu wouldn't have to, because you can sit in a sack very stealthily. I think that's
Ethan
acceptable.
got a 14.
Okay.
I got a 16.
16? Okay.
Yep.
For funsies, Lulu got a 20, so very quiet sack.
Yeah. Well done. Okay. So you all come down, And you reach the bottom of the stairs. And Ezra, you can peer kind of around the corner into the room. And the room goes, the width of the hallway, and then 10, 20, 35 more feet to the north. It's about 20 feet wide. And you see moving about in the room 6 very small, kind of hunched humanoid shapes, maybe even not so much humanoid, but goblinoid shapes. And I'd like you all to roll initiative.
All right.
Okay, 25 to 20. 20 to, oh my goodness, really? 20 to, I'm not moving nothing. 20 to 15.
Ethan got a 16.
Lulu's 19.
Okay, 15 to 10.
Ezra 17, sorry.
Bryphon's 14.
Nice rolls. Oh, we got to roll for Lark. Ooh. Lulu, you see this also as you peer out of the sack. You see 6 goblin-sized figures kind of crouching in the room. What do you do? They're holding short bows. And yeah, looks like they're going to fire on you. Oh, did we lose Rebecca? Still got her camera showing. Is she moving?
It's off. She's moving rooms, that's all. Whenever she turns it back on, the camera will be fine.
Yeah, it should bounce right back. All right, so we'll just hang on a second. Why did it do that? Golly.
Sorry, were you waiting for me?
It's your turn. There's 6 goblins in this room with short bows, and they're kind of aiming in your general direction. What would you like to do?
Okay. Lulu will pull out her short bow and whack-a-tacka. Fucking nat 1, I swear to God. Okay.
All right, so
That's
yeah,
cool.
your shot
That's
definitely goes errant, wide, long, away. It vanishes. After Lulu comes
This
Lark,
game is awful.
and Lark is going to yell at Ethan, "Get that torch in here, because I can't see without it." And there is some dim light, and she's going to step up and take a swipe at a gobbo with her mace. She hits that with a dirty 20. And she does... Where's my score dice? She does max damage and bashes and caves in the side of this thing's head. So now there's just 5. Ezra, you're up. Again,
All right,
the room is 20 wide by 35 deep. You're entering it across its width, so it's 35 feet to the left, to the north.
I'm going to the, if there are any groups all together.
They're all kind of spread out, ready to do some combat. They're not all huddled together.
Cool, I'm going to go to the closest one to me, and they are getting whacked with my greatsword.
Okay. It's basically about 10 feet into the room.
Actually, just to go back a bit, I'm going to smack the side of my blade.
Yeah.
Cast Booming Blade on it.
Nice. Love that.
But then I'm also going to go hit them, so that is a 18 to hit,
That'll do it.
and that is 12 points of regular slashing damage and 4 points of lightning damage. Or thunder
Yeah,
damage, sorry.
it drops its short bow and it falls to the floor right next to the one that Lark just took down. its scimitar on its belt. Clatters to the floor as you end it.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Okay, 2 down. There are 4 left. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, that's it for me.
All right, Ethan, you're up.
Uh,
There's
there's 3 left,
4 left.
4 left. I'm gonna Ray of Frost one of them.
Okay, you may do that.
Alright. So I got a 7.
Yeah,
I'm gonna use my. Can I use my inspiration? One of my inspirations.
you may. You may.
I'm gonna do that.
Yep, good.
Okay.
And you do have 8 plus 2s.
All right. That time I got a dirty 20, which I'm guessing hits.
That'll do it. Yeah, these guys are wearing leather armor. And as you all enter the room, they are dropping short bows and pulling like a shield around from their back and drawing scimitars. So hit me with some damage on your Ray of Frost.
So he takes 4 points of frost damage, and he'll lose 10 feet of movement if that becomes
Yep.
important.
Gotcha. And this particular, I'm assuming you're going to like the closest one. This guy is
Yeah.
about 10 feet to the left, and there's one right beside him, and then there's 2 deeper in the room.
Okay.
All right, excellent. Bryphon, you are up.
That's all I got.
Well done.
Okay. So which one would be the closest one to Bryphon?
As you all kind of pour into the south end of the room, you're about 10 feet away from 2 of them. They are side by side.
Okay.
You could easily get to melee, or you could stop and
So-
fire your bow, whichever you prefer.
I think she's going to start off by using her bow,
Okay.
and she is going to. So it's basically one's on her left side and one's on her right side, but they're like close together.
They're in front of her, 10 feet away, side by side with each other.
Oh. Okay. So she is going to randomly aim at one of them. And that is a at 20.
That's a hit.
Fancy.
Well done. Hit me with some damage.
So with the nat 20, is that the one where I do the max damage plus some, or is that a different one?
That's a critical hit, so you get maximum damage, which is your maximum dice amount plus your modifier, and then you get to roll the dice again and add it to that.
Okay. 15 damage.
Oh, nice. So tell me how you take this goblin down.
So she aims her bow and she shoots him, and it goes right through his throat, and the arrow goes right through his neck, and it's sticking out the back, and there's all kinds of blood and stuff coming out, and then he gurgles and falls over.
Nice. Yeah, he drops. Excellent. Well done. There are 3 left, one of which is a little frosty from Ethan, and then 2 unharmed. Anything else you want to do?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. The one that was beside the one you just killed is going to race at you directly and try to hit you with his scimitar. Bryphon, that is. You rolled a 2. I'm pretty sure we don't even need to do the math on that. And he swings wildly in his rage as you took down his brother goblin. There are 2 goblins in the back. They're going to race forward. And let's see. I've got Lulu, Lark, Ezra. All of you are in the room. Okay, one's going to take a swing at Lark. And that does not hit, I don't think. Come on, where's my cursor? Nope. And then the other one's going to take a swing at Ezra. My goodness, bad die rolls. That one misses also. So you are now all in melee with 3 goblins brandishing scimitars and spitting and cursing in goblinoid language. We're back to the top, and that is Lulu.
Okay. I would say she would take out her spear, but I can't.
You take out your stick.
No. So they're all melee, right? Like over their faces, right? Okay.
Yep.
Lulu with Kobold Anger will do a primal savagery.
Nice.
She's gonna try. She's gonna try a hit.
One's been damaged by frost. The other 2 are unharmed.
I rolled an 8, so.
Okay. Unless your savagery gives you a +7, then you're probably missed.
No, it was +4.
Okay. Anything else you want to do?
No.
Okay.
No.
Take a swing.
She'll hold her ground, but that's it.
Perfect. Lark will swing her mace. Oh, that's a 19. That's definitely a hit. And she takes a swing at Frosty Gobbo and ends it. She just crushes its skull, and you just hear the and its head just compacts down into its shoulders, and its eyes roll back in its head, and it just falls back. And Lark looks at you and winks.
Ooh.
Ezra, you have 2 goblins unharmed in melee with the group.
I'm gonna go to the one closest to me.
Yep.
And just a regular swingy strike thing.
Yep.
Does a 21 hit?
Barely. By 6.
And 11 points of damage.
Oof. How does this one go down?
Just takes his head off.
Nice. Excellent. Anything else you'd like to do?
That's it for me.
As if decapitation were not enough. Okay. Following Ezra is Ethan. What would you like to do, Ethan? You have one. There's one goblin left. He's in melee with you all.
He's in melee with me. Well, I'm gonna frostbolt him. Ray of frost him.
I got you.
I'm gonna ray of frost him.
Why don't you ray of frost him?
That's a 14.
That just misses. He manages to kind of throw his shield up, and the frost splays across the front of the shield. Your +2 would.
My +2.
Your +2 would hit it if you'd like to use one.
I'll use one of those.
Okay. You guys still have 7 of those. Okay, do your damage.
All right, and I got two points of frost damage.
Nice.
And he loses 10 feet of movement. Should that become really important?
Very good, very good. Yeah, so the frost kind of plays around his shield and goes up his arm, and he squeals and screams. And it is now Bryphon's turn.
Okay, so Bryphon is going to aim at his arm that's frosted over. And that is 17.
That hits. So you bury it. You bury the arrow
Sweet.
in his shoulder on that frosty arm.
And that is 7 points of damage.
Ooh, nice. He drops with a howl, dropping his shield and his scimitar. And the room is silent. The room smells of goblin acrid stench. B.O. There's bones and refuse and goodness knows what strewn about. Again, the floor is cracked and pitching in places. There's a door on the west wall at the north end of the room, and it looks like it's been barricaded with like old pieces of wood and rubble and stuff.
That's the only way out? The only other way out?
Save the way you came in, yes.
Save the way we came in. So to get through that door, we'd have to unbarricade it.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it would just take you, 15 minutes of moving rubble unless you have a faster way to do that.
I say we could get through that door.
Hmm. Have we looked closely at the walls, everything like that, just to be really sure?
You can certainly roll investigation to see what's going on in the room. Yeah, to look around.
Yeah, I want to take a closer look.
That's fair. Okay, roll investigation.
12.
Yeah, you look around, and there's just a lot of rubble and broken crates and furniture. A lot of stuff is rotted. You notice a little sparkle in some of the garbage barricading the door.
I will go look at that.
Looks like a ring. Has like red gems on it. It's a very shiny gold ring.
Fuck it, I'll pick it up.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Oh, nothing happens to me?
When you pick it up, no, nothing happens to you. It's a really beautiful ring.
Okay. Hey, look, I found this. Other than that, I guess I'll start shifting rubble.
Okay. So you're going to try to unbarricade the door?
Yeah.
Bryfin's gonna go help her with the rubble.
Okay, very good. Yeah, about 15 minutes or so of digging, and you're able to clear away the rubble. It's not a big deal. So what would you like to do?
Lulu goes back in Bryfin's bag. Ready to venture onward.
Okay. So you have before you a closed door.
I'll open the door, but I think my luck might have run out with being quiet. And I'll point at Bryphines. Why don't you go ahead of me? I'll take up the back.
Okay. So who's going first? Bryfin? She's not here. We'll shove her through the door first. No, Lark will take point. So she goes through the door, and you come into a room, and it's the room is 30 feet wide. You're entering through this room's east wall. It's 30 feet wide, north to south, and it is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 feet wide, east to west. So across the room from where you are in this doorway is 60 feet across. North to south is 30 feet across, and on the north wall, it looks like it's kind of broken out and opens into a cavern beyond that opening in the north wall. Wow, did we lose Rebecca too?
Yeah.
What even is happening? Why are we playing D&D
We're at a
tonight?
good spot. Maybe we should stop.
It's brutal.
Yeah, let's just put a
Just-
fork in this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is brutal.
That being said, we got pretty far considering.
Yeah, so let's do that, folks. We're going to go ahead and hit the pause button until next week. So you all have opened door into room 6. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. One thing that's interesting about the room I'll describe is it's kind of steamy, and it smells like that egg water sulfurous smell, and there's a pool of water that's formed in the room at the end where that wall is broken through into a cavern. There's kind of rubble and all that sort of thing around the cavern opening. Excuse me. The opening of the cavern mouth is about 20 feet wide, and this water is actually kind of steaming. But what's really strange, and there's rubble and debris, wood, rock, again, cracked floors. What's really kind of jumps out at you is there is a gaunt, thin-stretched, skinny goblin chained to a piton that's hammered into the floor. And as you open the door and look around the room, it looks up at you, and its eyes get really wide. And that is where we will end our session as the two ladies come back. We're going to go ahead and end the session. I think we've all had enough abuse at the hands of the internet gods this evening. So
Pay my bill, goddamn it, work.
right, yeah, man. Let's give these people what they're paying for here. At any rate, since we got everybody, let's do a quick outro. Sabrina, want to just say who you are and say goodbye to the lovely audience?
I'm Sabrina, DongoChan91 on Discord, and I'm gonna go work on my internet before I throw my laptop out the window.
Crazy, right? Man, sorry y'all are having all those issues. Rebecca, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell us who you are.
Hi, I'm Rebecca. I pay $60 a month for shit internet apparently. God damn. I'm active kind of on DeviantArt now. It's just DeviantArt username Lundana, Lundana. That's it.
Chancellor, thanks for the bits, my friend. Oh, and Corey's in here too. Wow. We were just wrapping up, guys. We've had no end of technical challenges this evening. You're walking in right at the tail end of things. I kind of feel bad. I'm torn. I'm all just betwixt. Ethan, Chris.
So I'm Chris, WikiVA on Discord and Twitch. My Twitter is down below. The only place you can find me is right here on Wednesdays, most Wednesdays, internet willing.
Internet willing. Nice. When it works. All right, cool. Ezerlin.
Hi, I'm Miss Misery. I also go by Kayla. I am here on Wednesdays and I am on the Cranio Dad's channel on Saturdays. Other than that, I'm active on Twitter. You can find me there. It's down below with a underscore on the end. I'm also active on Twitter in Molly's Discord, so you can find me there as well. Well, good evening.
Awesome. Is there anyone who hasn't been in one of the various boxes this evening who would like me to move your camera into a box? Because, man alive. I'm Wiley Hobbit. I'm running this shit show. And I'm just glad we got to play some D&D tonight with some of my most favorite people. So thanks for those of you that hung out and watched this mess, technological mess. The game was great. We had a blast. Some great combat shenanigans and so forth. Sorry to the guys that just logged in, but as you can see, we're having a kind of a traffic accident situation here. So we're going to raid into my good friend Lord Gazumba, who's a classic Greyhawk D&D guy, and they're doing a kind of a talk show about Greyhawk lore. I think they're talking about famous dragons of Greyhawk or something tonight. So we're going to do that raid, and we'll see you hopefully next Wednesday.